alternate. So I can ask the first one, and we'll just kind of go around that way. Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to get to know you, and so absolutely great.
Is it hot in here to you, or? Okay.
So the first question is really this question around in what context did you know Tyree, and specifically how did you find out about the scholarship?
Well, I knew Terry for 3 years, I believe, when I joined this program at NLP. Yeah, we've been friends since then. I found out about scholarship through Ashley, I think, or my lead counselor, or Ashley, my whole counselor that told me. Yeah, so Emily came and told me about this.
What are some of the characteristics Tyree demonstrated that has had an impact on you personally?
I think one of the most, but one of the biggest characteristics was he was very friendly and he was very, very helpful. Like, if any of us needed any help in any areas, he would definitely help, even if he didn't really know the answer or he knew how to help, he would try. I think that made really big impact on me. Also, he was very smart and enthusiastic about what he was going to do when he grew up. So I guess that impacted me.
So, if your friends at school, live Riverside, if they had to describe you, what would they say? How would they describe Joshua?
They would probably say that I really like people and communicating with people. I'm really, really friendly, and if anything comes up, I can help. Just like Tyree, I guess that was his impact on me, because when I saw him, I was like, oh, I should probably be like him. He was my role model, kind of. Also, I would say they would probably recommend me as a good volunteer, because I've been volunteering for a lot of, in a lot of places, so I guess that would be one thing.
Okay, so if a complete stranger walked in here, and you had to describe yourself to him, just who you are, your makeup, how would you describe yourself?
First of all, I would say that I'm a little bit different than everyone else, because I came here from Russia 3 years ago, and I would, have a little accent maybe, and sometimes, it's a little different. Also, I would also say that I'm helpful if he needs any help from me, if he needs some advice or anything, I would probably help him.
Talk a little bit more about how you would describe yourself. What types of characteristics do you think make you unique, make you different from most of your peers at Riverside?
Well, okay, I like learning a lot, so it's a great pleasure for me to get education. So I know for some people it's not really important, but for me it is. And I'm very grateful for this program, and that I get to know a lot of people like Tyler.
So, one of your mentors shared with me that you read mathematics books and science books at your leisure. Talk about that. What's the
Well,
thing about
yeah, I guess that can contribute to me learning a lot.
So why do you do that when you could be watching drama shows or on your phone texting?
I don't even like drama shows. First of all, I don't like watching TV. If I watch a movie, I'll watch it on my computer. But I don't know. I just find it really interesting to learn more about fields that I'm gonna be in when I grow up. I guess.
Okay.
Imagine yourself 7 years from today. What goals and ambitions do you have for yourself personally and professionally?
Well, when I want to grow up, I want to be an engineer. So I'll always see myself being an engineer at some company. Probably not a famous company, but some sort of internship or some sort of like that. over what I have to do at my work. So instead of doing just what people tell me to do, I'll probably choose to do something over that and achieve that.
So what would you say you're most proud of right now?
I'm most proud of me learning the language that quickly, and making it into honor societies. That's the biggest achievement I think that I've made so far. Yeah. And being able to learn really quickly, not only language but different things like I joined tennis team 2 years ago and I've made great progress there.
And when you say learn, so at what time period did you have to learn English, or did you know English before you came to
I
America?
knew
or-
how to write
Okay.
and how to I just need a little grammar. And that was about it.
Oh, wow. So tell me about this process of having to come to America and not necessarily knowing the language, but then, you know, right now when you're speaking to us and you sound great, you know, so what was it like, you know, making that transition here?
Well, I had about 2 months before I went to my ninth grade, so I just simply sat at my desk and tried to learn as many words as I could. Yeah, and the first couple of months were really hard for me, but then, you know, things got really, really easy as I started to take my classes, started to teachers, started to talk to peers.
Todd, I was over here messing with something when you were first questions asked. Can you talk about how you know Tyree again and in what context?
Oh, I met Tyler here at Emily, so I've never known him before that. And I think we've been friends since then. Because our group wasn't that big. We had about 6 people, I believe, or less than that actually. So we were really, really close.
What's the one thing that stands out to you? Or what's the one thing you think of when you hear the name Tyree Pinto?
Like I said, really friendly and funny. He could make anyone smile.
And how do you think he did that? Was it his smile, or was it the jokes he told?
It was everything at the same time, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but his smile was something else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have one last question. What makes you smile?
I think just the thought that such great people like Emily Kay that works here are always there for me. They're like my second family. So just that makes me smile every time I think about it. Sorry about it.
We told her about the scholarship?
Was it in the letter?
When you got the letter, what did it read?
The letter said that about the interview, and it just said that I was finalist of it.
Well, I think that the Hempfields want to share something with you.
Okay, well, you are one of the winners of the scholarship, and we're gonna hold a banquet for Tyree on the 20th of September. And with the stipulations of the scholarship, will you be willing to come back and speak about what the scholarship has done for you for that banquet?
Tell her how much she wants.
Oh, $2,000. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry about it. I was thinking about Dairy Gold a lot of time.
We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
She was an excellent candidate, so we definitely hope this month they get in and interview candidates who do really well. We really appreciate you, honestly.
Thank you for that.
You were head and shoulders above your
Everybody.
man. So if I'm not mistaken, you moved here in the ninth grade,
Yeah,
and
like-
you were able to, you ended up with a 4.7, 4.6 weighted GPA.
Oh, it was, on my weighted is 4.2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, you started learning English at 13. I've been an American for 14 years before I went to high school, and I was nowhere near that. And I spoke the language very well. So that's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Really proud of your academic achievement thus far, so we wish you well in future endeavors and moving on to UNC.
Go you.
I'm really excited.
So, again, thank you for your time.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can just stay in that position, don't move.
But it's coming through from that open space, not from the line.
Brother Hafiz, do you want to open this up again?
Sure, yes. So congratulations for being selected as one of the finalists. You're already familiar with the fact that we're recording you to put together a short video for the banquet that his parents are going to put on for Tyreek's honor. The purpose of this interview is to make sure that we are selecting the right recipients for scholarship. We interviewed a couple people, and we thought that because you demonstrated some of the all of the expectations that we had, we saw it fitting to bring you in to talk to you a little bit and get to know you. So, tell us about yourself.
I'm a senior, graduating senior from the Early College High School on NCCU's campus. I've been there for 4 years. I'm going to UNC next fall, which I'm really excited about. Go do some partial little things that partial is in me, I can't get rid of it. But I also work 20 hours a week. I work for the YMCA. I've been there for 2 years. My first year, I was like a regular counselor for the Y Learning Program. So what that consisted of was like, I was at a school, inner city school, White Smith Elementary, and every day I would go there from 4 to 5:30 and tutor kids in the subject area of reading. This year, I'm actually a site coordinator. So I'm at Morehead Montessori, and I pretty much track the students' data with the Y Learning Program. I handle timesheets, staff, teachers. I attend YMCA meetings. I handle parent bus issues. I do all of that stuff. So I've been pretty blessed to be able to put into a position at 17 to be able to manage people 20 years older than me.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So in what context do you know Tyreek?
I've known her from here. He was the first person I met my sophomore year, and we spent pretty much every Wednesday together. And I was with him for SAT prep every Saturday for the 9 hours that he had to do. So that's how I know him.
And how did you specifically find out about the scholarship?
I knew that you guys were planning a scholarship, just waiting for it to come out. Because I was looking at the criteria, making sure that I qualified for the scholarship first of all. But then when I saw that, I jumped on it because it would be an honor to be able to hear his legacy, knowing that I got the scholarship. So.
Okay. Tyreek had many characteristics about himself. What type of characteristic that he demonstrated that has an impact on you personally?
His, I would have to say his easygoing persona or him staying consistent. Because for myself, I'm like, we had a leadership training this weekend for my job for summer camp. And I found out I was like an effective type of leader. So like when things need to get done, I get them done. Deadlines, I meet them, but at the same time, he's very stressful. So from watching him and carrying himself every week, every Saturday, just knowing to like relax, like it's okay. Take celebrate, laugh, just have fun. That's what he taught me. Even though he was really smart, but he still know how to have fun and relax. So that's one thing for myself I took away from him. Even though the situation was crazy, just take a deep breath and go with it.
Good. If we were to ask some of your friends, close friends, to describe Germany, what would they say about you?
They would say strong-willed, determined, family-oriented. I love the Lord. Like I was raised in the Christian faith, and to go for it wholeheartedly because it's pretty much got me this far, and I've seen God work. So staying true to my morals. I'm pretty much a go-getter. If I see something, I just do it. And if I need help, I'll ask for help. If I can do it myself, I'll just do it myself. So that's what.
Serious combination of good. Part of that, if you had to describe yourself to somebody that knows nothing about Germany, what are some of the words that you would use to talk about who you are to someone that just met you for the first time?
I would say grounded. Mainly, if anything, if something were happening, I just want to know that I was really grounded. Forget about school, forget about accomplishments. I just want to know that I was like a really grounded person. That my faith is what makes me now. It's what carries me. It's what's going to get me places because I can't do it by myself, even though I try, I just can't. I want them to know that I was really grounded and I was strong-minded and I wasn't swayed either to one side or the other. So, yeah.
What are some of the other words that they would use to describe you?
A leader.
Okay.
I have to say intelligent, dependable. I have to say bubbly in a way. I'm bubbly in my own way, so that's one thing I would say. Those two to know.
Very good.
Where do you see yourself 7 years from now?
7 years. So I want to become a dental hygienist. I had braces when I was in middle school, and I was just fascinated with the mouth and how my teeth work. So that's one thing I want to do. But I also see that as me giving back in a way, because I did work at an inner city school last year and just seeing the things that they didn't have because they didn't know. Mm-hmm. So like the importance of hygiene, even though you like know, but when you're not taught the whole. So I want to do that, and then because I would have finished college at 1920, they weren't. I talked to the middle school already, like this is what I want to do. But they said that because I'll be really young, they wouldn't take me. So I would do that become a hygienist for at least a good 3 or 4 years. Apply, go back to middle school and become a dentist. So then I would see myself going back to the community that I worked in, having free dental screenings, helping them, just giving back to them because I know it's something that they need because the mouth pretty much affects everything. So going back, helping them, it also made me feel good because it's not about them. I mean, it makes good money too, but sometimes it's more than just the money. It helps. It helps, but I always find the satisfaction on I help someone else out of my heart, not because there was money.
What are your goals and ambitions for yourself personally and professionally?
Personally, I'm sorry, professionally. I want to own multiple practices in multiple areas. I feel like I've seen dentists or doctors do it, so why can't I do it? That's one thing I would say about my professional ambitions. Personally, of course, I would like to have kids, be stable. Even if my plans to become a dentist don't work out, I still want to know I have a plan with C and D. Making sure that my family's taken care of as best as they are or can be.
just making sure I'm kind of like living life, like I'm
worked hard now so I can play a leader. Just making sure what I'm doing now is gonna help me and not hurt me. Because a lot of my classmates are just kind of like, I have time. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything now so that when I get to 50, I can retire and I'm not still working or so. I just want to make sure everyone around me is straight for personal conditions.
that I'm covered all corners.
So that I can relax myself.
What has been your proudest achievement in your 32 years?
My proudest achievement,
That goes back to my faith.
I went to
To a predominantly white
Christian school, middle school, so that also helped me become more grounded in my faith. So then when I went to high school, I didn't know anyone, and they all know each other. So, but then when you go to high school, it's like a new pool of cultures, ideas, religions, and I would say that I'm proud of that I stuck to myself. My classmates have never heard me say one curse word. I stuck to my morals freshman year, and they can say that she stuck to them throughout senior year. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about wavering or giving in, but they respect me more because I did stay true to who I was. So, I have good grades, my GPA is really good, but my GPA is really amazing, but my greatest accomplishment would be staying true to who I am as a person and not wavering or giving in to my friends who do whatever they want to do because it's fun at the moment. So, that's what I would say.
So I'm always interested in this, personal stories and how people journey through life. So I'd be interested in knowing, what do you think is the most significant obstacle you had to overcome in your life thus far, and how has that shaped you as a person?
I would say growing up without a father. For as long as I know, I've never had a father.
But recently, thank God, I found him in my youth pastor. He came from a youth pastor, so God
Saw fit to connect us and taking me on as his child. But that was the greatest
thing, like going through.
often ask to see like, don't you love me? Am I too bad or good for you?
Or
Or
was it something that I did to you that made you not want to love me? But
that was the struggle that I've had for the longest time. Was just dealing with that. But then when you get it, you're just like happy. But then you realize like, how did I get through it without this? So.
Your essay was very impressive, and I was very excited and shared with the group as I was reading some of the things you mentioned. One of the things I highlighted that I'm personally studying out is this idea of spiritual character. Aside from that, talk to me about where your faith comes from. Meaning, you didn't just start having faith. What happened, or why do you believe what you believe? Why do you believe that God is who He is in your life? I'm always very curious, and it helps me to better connect with my God.
Of course, most of us are raised in church, so we pretty much been in church our whole lives. But seeing like how people's lives have been transformed, or seeing how their needs have been met,
looking at people's testimonies and stories, and knowing that God is why they are who they are. For me, my mother hasn't really forced it or pushed it down my throat. She
kind of like let me experience it for myself. Like it wasn't something that she forced down my throat, but
seeing how she's carried herself, how God has got her through a lot of situations where it was money or bills,
how it made her.
I had a tragic family death where my god brother was murdered.
But just seeing how we've all bounced back from it.
And
I guess it's just my own personal
experience, just observing the
looking at people's testimonies, seeing what he's done in my life, like the fact that I'm not a hot mess or not because I didn't have a father, it just says something
Sure.
pretty amazing that he's pretty much covered me, like certain things that have happened to me, but they didn't. So it's kind of like why depart from it now when it worked for me and for my family. It's just carried us for so long. So that's pretty much why I pretty much stayed in my faith. Like it just helps.
Just read brief passage earlier that say, after everything is said and done, all I want to be left with one thing, my integrity. I want to be known as the girl with pretty face and nice face. I do not even want to be known as a smart girl who had everything together. All I want at the end of the day is to be remembered as a girl that stayed true to herself and had integrity in everything that she did. By looking at my life, I want people to see that living a life of integrity is important. By staying true to myself, I have gained trust and respect. For a young 17-year-old young lady, that's really impressive. You know, of course, you know, the stigma that teenagers have these days with, you know, sexuality and everything, it's obvious that we didn't fall victim to society norms for teenagers, especially young girls. And that's really impressive. So I applaud you in that area, and you did it without a fault a day in your life. So, you know, because you could have been swinging either way. But for whatever reason or another, you know, your mom was a guidance to you. You found Christ on your own. So that has done to others and it helped others down how to be. So that's really impressive. And I applaud you for that.
Thank God. And, you know, and just what I know about you, and, you know, I think you've recognized that you've been given a gift. We've all been given gifts. I mean, there was something that was placed in you, long before you were born. And I think that's something that, it's great to see that you recognize that now, that you have a gift, you have something special, something unique that other people need from you. And so as you continue on this journey, recognize that you have to continue to align yourself with the right types of people, the right types of activities to help to continue to allow that gift to grow. And everything that you want will be provided, you know, as long as you're in alignment. I think, you know, you've been shown that already through everything that you've gone through. You know, you're here. It hasn't stopped you from moving forward. And I think that you have a testimony to share to other people. Because we have a lot of people that don't have fathers in their lives and they're not doing the types of things you're doing because that's become, you know, a reason for them to not move forward. So I congratulate you for not allowing, you know, the absence of someone to stop you from doing what it is you've been put on this earth to do. And so continue walking and moving forward and be encouraged. Because society in a lot of ways will try to break your confidence and cause you to forget that you're special. But just recognize that we know that you're special, that you're talented, that you're going to do some amazing things. And so whatever we can do to support you, personally I can do to support you, you know, I feel, you know, don't hesitate to reach out because you're going somewhere.
You received the letter.
Yes.
Okay. So the purpose of this was to congratulate you that you won the scholarship. In an amount of $2,000. You was definitely one of the 3 finalists out of several applicants that we reviewed. The application and everything was really impressive. The numbers was really impressive on our skill rating. He was one of the definitely at the top. Like I said, we was all definitely really impressed by what you stand for as a young lady in today's society. So we definitely want to bring you in to assure that we find out about you and award this scholarship money. You know, Tyreek is really proud. I'm pretty sure you guys established a relationship working here, you know, together. So yeah, I'm going to consider this Tyreek's scholarship.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but Ms. Ashford actually asked me to speak about her at the May March. So is there anything like you guys like for me to include in the essay about him, or something not to include, or a specific story?
Yeah, it would be a way, you know, it would be a way. We knew our son.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think there's anything that probably can be said or done that probably we didn't know about.
Mhm.
But, super odd, you know. Everyone knew his character, knew what he said. He was definitely one that was supposed to represent.
Yeah, it's good to hear what other people have to say. I just wanted to ask first, just whatever you want to
Congratulations.
And on the 20th of September, we're having a banquet in honor of you all who received your awards. And we would like you to come back and speak about how it helped you when you received it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll send you out.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't be afraid when you get on the US again, you still move.
You actually cannot.
No,
I know, I actually can.
So
You actually can.
She actually can. She cannot.
I cannot. She more probably will not. I mean,
She
will not.
can sickly wear a blue devil shirt with you.
I know, I can work to sleep. I
That's
just
what
can't
I'm
wear
saying.
it.
We can wear it on camera.
All right, so just look at me and we'll. So I'm gonna ask you 5 questions,
Okay.
and be honest, and we'll work it out from there.
Sounds good.
In what context did you know Tyreek, and how did you find out about the scholarship?
Well, I went to elementary school and middle school and high school with Tyreek, so I know him and his family pretty well. And my brother also is friends with him, so we've known him for a while.
What's one of the things that stands out about him that makes you want to be a better person, or what are some characteristics that he emulated, that he demonstrated that you'd like to emulate?
He was always really like nice and happy to everyone that he met. He always had that smile on his face that always like made other people want to smile more. And he's also really smart. And it seems like he was really smart even though like he was doing all these other things too. Like he still found time to study. So that was pretty impressive.
If you were asked to describe yourself to someone that doesn't know you, how would you categorize? How would you express who you are to somebody?
I'd probably say that
Administration room 006 needs.
that I try to do all of my work on time and like prioritize what I do. So like I play sports, but I also play. I also try to do my homework. So like it's kind of a balance between sports and homework. I'd say I'm athletic. I try to be nice to most people.
You're the PAC-6 Female Athlete of the Year.
Yeah.
Pretty big deal.
I like to say I'm pretty like hardworking at what I'm doing, and yeah, that's probably it.
Okay. How would your friends describe you as a person? What would they say about Millicent Blivens?
They'd say that I'm smart and athletic, probably, and nice. I don't think I have like that many enemies because I try to be nice to a lot of people. So.
What are some other things that they would say about you because it's obvious that you're smart, that you're athletic, that you're nice, but what about Millicent? What distinguishes you from the other girl that's nice and smart and intelligent and all that?
I think I'm well-rounded, I would say, because I do sports, I study, but I also play like a musical instrument. I play clarinet.
Nice.
I'm in the Debutante Society, so that's kind of more like girly, I guess. I'm in French Honor Society, so that's more like artistic, I guess. And yeah, I'd say I'm more well-rounded than like an average person.
imagine yourself 7 years from today. What goals and ambitions do you have for yourself personally and professionally? I know that's a very general and loaded question, but
Yeah. I'd say, well, I'm gonna go study engineering at NC State. So I hope to have like a job in engineering. Specifically, right now I'm thinking biomedical engineering. So I don't know, some job. Hopefully, starting like a career for the rest of my life by then.
biomedical engineer.
Yeah. And maybe like starting up. Well, 7 years I'll probably still be like living in an apartment, but maybe like starting to find like a family and a house and like a steady ground.
What's been your proudest achievement thus far in your life? What's the biggest thing you've achieved? Your proudest moment?
Well, to be honest, like the most proud moment was probably winning the Fact 6 award that I got like 2 weeks ago, because that's kind of like a sum up of like everything I've been working towards, like athletics and academics.
Were you expecting that?
No. I didn't even know that there was an award like that available. So that was like really, really awesome for me to
Describe the feeling when you found out. Who'd you find out from?
I found out from Coach Davis.
Uh-huh.
And I was like going up the stairs, and he started like describing the award and saying how like everybody from like the athletic directors from all the other schools totally like complimented me and thought I would be like the perfect person for the award, and I was like, that's crazy.
I'm not surprised that you won it. I mean, I wasn't. And the reason I wasn't, because I do, as you mentioned, you're probably one of the most balanced students and not that you're just balanced, you're also very kind. And I do think that does distinguish you. I mean, being balanced, genuinely kind, and a competitor on the field. I mean, you're not this nice girl that, but you get after it. I mean, you're hungry out there. Last question. What is what's the most memorable experience you've had with Tyreek? Think about that.
Ooh, I know this one. So, I think it was like his 11th birthday. And, well, first of all, he has the same birthday as my brother, my big brother, who's 25, I think. So he invited my brother and I to his birthday party for, I think it was his 11th birthday. It might have been younger. And we went to a paintball place, and it was like all these, like, I don't know what you call them, but like places where you like have paintball like wars or whatever. And it was like really, really fun. And it was probably about like 20 other people and him. And we went to this paintball place for his birthday. And I don't know, it was just like, that was the first time I've been paintballing. I've never been since then either. So that's the only time I've been paintballing. And I just thought it was like a really, really cool idea for a birthday.
Do you remember anything about how he reacted or how he acted during his party? Or
Oh yeah, he was very kind to like everybody. He made everybody feel included. Because, I mean, I like kind of knew his friends, but like some of them were a little bit different than like who I had friends with. And so he just like made everybody come together and was really nice to everyone. Made everybody feel included.